Imagine a palace of unimaginable splendor, forged from gleaming gold and polished ivory. The doors are carved with scenes of breathtaking artistry, depicting the wonders of the cosmos. This is the Palace of Helios, the sun god, a beacon of blinding light and warmth. Here, within these radiant walls, dwells Helios, the master of the sun, the bringer of day. Helios slumbers upon a throne of purest gold, his presence radiating power. But even in this heavenly abode, trouble is brewing. A shadow of doubt and discontent is about to fall upon this dazzling palace. For young Phaeton, son of Helios, harbors a secret. He questions his lineage, doubts whisper in his ear. He seeks out his father, a journey that will shake the heavens and scorch the earth. Phaeton, a restless youth, paced the halls of his mother's palace. He loved his mother, Clymene, a sea nymph of remarkable beauty and grace. Yet, the whispers followed him, whispering doubts he desperately wished to silence. "Son of Helios," they sneered, "prove it." The journey to his father's palace was long and arduous, a testament to the distance between the world of mortals and the realm of the gods. But Phaeton, driven by the burning need for validation, pressed onward. He crossed oceans and mountains, his determination fueled by hope and resentment. Finally, he stood before the gates of Helios's palace, a monument to grandeur and power. As he approached the throne room, each step echoed his growing trepidation. He would have his answers, no matter the cost. Helios, radiant in his glory, looked upon Phaeton with eyes that held the warmth of 1,000 suns. "My son," he boomed, "what brings you to my humble abode?" Phaeton, overwhelmed by the sheer presence of his father, struggled to find his voice. He had rehearsed this encounter countless times in his mind, prepared speeches and cutting retorts. Yet standing before the embodiment of the sun itself, words failed him. "Father," he finally managed, "I have come to ask a favor, to prove myself worthy of your name." Helios, perceiving the turmoil within his son, softened his demeanor. "Speak freely, Phaeton," he urged. "There is nothing you cannot ask of your father." Emboldened by his father's words, Phaeton poured out his heart. He spoke of the whispers that followed him, the doubts that plagued him, the burning desire to prove his lineage. Helios listened patiently, his expression unreadable. When Phaeton finished, silence descended upon the hall, heavy with unspoken emotions. Finally, Helios spoke, his voice tinged with a sadness that chilled Phaeton to the bone. "My son, the whispers you hear are the whispers of envy, the sting of those who resent the gifts bestowed upon others. To prove your lineage to them is to grant them power over you. But you are my son, of that there is no doubt." He placed a hand on Phaeton's shoulder, his touch a searing heat that seemed to burn away the doubts. "Ask anything of me, and as proof of my love, I swear upon the river Styx to grant it." Phaeton, emboldened by his father's words but blinded by his desire for recognition, saw an opportunity. "Father," he declared, "I ask to drive your chariot, to guide the sun across the sky for a single day." Helios recoiled as if struck. "Phaeton," he said, "you know not what you ask. The chariot of the sun is no mere plaything. It is a force of unimaginable power, a responsibility that even the gods treat with caution." He tried to reason with his son, to explain the dangers, the sheer skill and strength required to control the fiery steeds and the celestial chariot. "I beg you, my son," Helios pleaded, "ask anything else of me." But Phaeton's mind was made up. This was his chance to prove himself, to silence his doubters once and for all. "Father, you swore an oath," Phaeton pressed. Helios, bound by his oath, had no choice but to relent. With a heavy heart, he led Phaeton to the stables of the sun. The chariot of the sun, forged from purest gold and blazing with celestial fire, stood ready. The horses, their manes aflame with solar energy, snorted and pawed the ground. Helios, his face etched with worry, gave Phaeton his final instructions. "Hold the reins tight, my son," he cautioned. "Do not stray from the path, and above all else, do not falter." But Phaeton, his senses overwhelmed by the sheer power and brilliance of the chariot, barely heard his father's warnings. He gripped the reins and urged the horses forward. The chariot surged into the vast expanse of the cosmos. For a brief moment, Phaeton felt a thrill unlike any other. But the exhilaration was short-lived as the horses began to veer off course. The chariot was no longer a symbol of his triumph, but a runaway inferno, dragging him toward disaster. The world below felt the catastrophic consequences of Phaeton's folly. The chariot, veering wildly off course, scorched the earth, leaving behind a trail of fire and destruction. The cries of mortals reached the ears of the gods on Mount Olympus. Zeus, king of the gods, watched in horror as Phaeton struggled in vain to regain control. He knew that he had to act before Phaeton's recklessness destroyed both heaven and earth. A bolt of lightning, brighter than 1,000 suns, shot from his fingertips, striking the chariot. The impact shattered the chariot, throwing Phaeton from his lofty perch. Phaeton's fall was witnessed by the gods, their faces etched with a mixture of horror and pity. His mother Clymene, her heart shattered by grief, searched for her son. She found him on the banks of the river Eridanus, his body broken. Her tears, mingled with the waters of the river, flowed into the sea. Helios, consumed by guilt and sorrow, withdrew into his palace, shrouding the world in darkness. For days, the sun refused to shine, a constant reminder of the tragedy. The gods, moved by the plight of mortals, intervened. They transformed Phaeton's sisters, the Hyliades, into poplar trees, their tears forever flowing as amber sap. The memory of Phaeton's hubris served as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the delicate balance between ambition and responsibility. And so, the tale of Phaeton serves as a warning, a reminder that even the greatest love cannot always protect us from ourselves. It speaks to the dangers of pride, the allure of power, and the enduring strength of a father's love. But the story of Phaeton is just one among many, a single thread in the rich tapestry of Greek mythology. For in the realm of the gods, where love and loss, triumph and tragedy are forever intertwined, there are countless other stories to be told. Stories of heroes and monsters, of love and betrayal, of cunning and courage await those who dare to delve into the annals of Greek mythology. So, let us journey together, dear reader, into this world of wonder and adventure. For in the grand tapestry of myth and legend, there are always new stories to discover, new lessons to be learned, and new adventures to embark upon.